Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well and they're staying safe and healthy. And I know it's been a while since last month. I haven't been going live as much because I get really tired here. I figure, and then the doctor's appointments and then working, and then there was a lot of things this month that happened. So as you can tell, we have finished pages. I have a whole lot of PDFs this month that I bought and downloaded. Next month is Mermaid, so we're going to start off with the PDFs. So I'm just going to move that first. So there are a lot of PDFs this month. I'm trying to remember them all, and I kind of put both of them two in one because when I go back and put them in a binder, trying to save space. So this first one comes from Nori Art Coloring. Let's take it out. This first one comes from Nori Art Coloring. It was done with markers and some gel pens. And this comes from her Steampunk Beautiful Woman set. I buy the sets, and my nieces came over during the month. So, because, we celebrated Easter. Some of you may have seen the pictures. That one was that one. And then in the back, as you can see, this was a freebie that Hanna gave on her Facebook. It's also in her new book. Yeah, it's also in that. This was a freebie that she gave. I think this is Arabella. Not April, but in March, she gave this freebie out. So I had this one done. This one, I messed up on the skin. The skin came out awful on this one. I don't know why. Something with the markers don't exactly. Skin tones don't go well on this paper for whatever reason. But this one was from Fairy Girl Set 1 by BlixTArt Coloring. This next one comes from Botanical Nook. These are all, I got most of these on from Etsy or Facebook freebies. The ones that are freebies, This is from Peony Woman by Botanical Nook. They're like one of my new favorites. I know some of these may be AI, some of them may not be AI. So, and I know some people do not like AI, so it's up to you if you want to buy them or not. This comes from, I think this is the Dreamy Mermaids. Yeah, some of you really like this one on Instagram. When I posted it, this is Dreamy Arts. No, this is Dreamy. This is from Dreamy Mermaid set. I did this with Senjoki markers, and I think the background I did with the Copic marker. Hi, Teresa Rama. This is from the Dreamy Mermaid set. It's from a thing called the Fair of the Arts. It's also another Etsy store. I just love the printables I've been getting. Then this one is by Rachel Mintz. This is Angelic Beauty's Grayscale by Rachel Mintz. I bought this one also from Rachel Mintz's Etsy store. Yeah, some artists have Etsy stores. Now this one is called Little Roses by Lana Green. I used my Copics, my Senjokis to do this, and some. I think I used some Prismas for some of the skin. This is also another Lana Green that I colored. I think this is Peona. I colored this in pencils. I have a thing for Lana Green too. Easter Cuties by Beyond. So I'm trying to figure out where I got a lot of these. This is not from Botanical Nook. Easter Sweeties by Mimi Colors Company. This is also another one from Etsy. I have a big thing from Etsy. So as you guys go. Yeah, my nieces, I actually had a lot more printables printed out, but my nieces saw some of my printables, and so they took some of the printables off, and when they were here on Easter, they started coloring like crazy. Now this comes from a set, a Mariola Budek set from a while ago. This is from her bunny set. This was a freebie that she was given on her Facebook group, Mariola Budek. So if you're not familiar, Mariola Budek has a lot of different images. She has like some really beautiful women. She has some really cutesy stuff. And then every once in a while, she has some like cute animals that you can get on her thing. Now, this is a new artist. This is from PennirArts Company. This is from her Lady Hydrangeas series. A lot of you liked it. I did a purple theme here. Thought the purple was really nice. This is also from Lana Green. This is Sassy by Lana Green Art. A lot of you know this one. So this might have been from my old Cali art set. I really don't like the Senjokis as much as I thought I would like them. Here's the problem with them. They yellow in books that don't have black backgrounds. So I'm using them now up for the books that have like black backgrounds. They're okay in the Jade Summer books, the Demeter Victoria books. They're okay for the color by number with the background. This is Flowers. This is the new book by Alexandra Goldillo. She has a new one, Flower Woman or Beautiful Flowers. Women, I didn't like the way the skin tone came. It came out okay, but it didn't come out as perfect as it should have. Now this is also another Nori Art Coloring. This is from her Goth Girl set. A lot of the stuff that I saw Nori Art do over the last few months was a Gothic Girl set. This is just the PDFs, guys. There was a lot of it this month to do, so keep that in mind. This is from 90 Arts Design. This is Beautiful Women. I have a remembrance of what I posted. This is also from her Mermaids set. This is her Mermaids coloring book by 90th Art Design. I try to keep the same people together so I don't forget. This is a brand new one. This is Spring Cuties by Boogie Colors. As you can tell, I really like the way it came out. The colors came out really good on that one. And of course, this is also, this one I bought the book. This is called My Little Mermaid. There's a couple of images on it. Mariola Budek sells this on her Etsy store, so it is a Mariola Budek image. But she sells this as a big pack, so there's a bunch of cute little mermaids in it. So if you're looking for a mermaid book, there's one that Mariola Budek sells of cute little mermaids. This is Courtesans of King Louis XIV. I forget which set this was, either set 1 or 2. This is also Crystal Girls. Who was the one who did this one? I did not like the way my skin came out on it. I also use gel pens, so you guys really don't. Oh, see? If it goes up close up, you see the gel pens in it. That I use gel pens in it. So that's how the gel pens worked in that paper. And this was Crystal Girl Coloring Book by 90th Design. I like to try and keep them. This one, someone challenged me to do a grayscale and colored pencil. So this was all colored pencils. This was Prisma's, Star Joys, what I had left of Star Joys because I wanted to use up that color. So someone challenged me to do it, and so it's Fantasy Woman with Flowers by Coloring Joy Digital. A lot of awesome people are doing a lot of awesome PDFs. So keep that in mind when you color in the PDFs. There is a tremendous amount of stuff. Another Lana Green. This is Damask Rose by Lana Green. This one you do have to purchase through her Etsy store. This one is a brand new artist on Etsy I found. Her name is Ukrainan Fairy. And this is Brienne. It is Princess Hairstyles for Girls. This one was done a little bit with, I actually had colored her hair a lot lighter, but then it didn't come out very well. So I used a darker marker to go over it. I think it came out a lot better when I used the darker color. that this is the last one. This is called Beautiful Fairies by Sweetie Design Studio. So, and I have a lot of printables this month. So this one, this is one of my top 10 books to finish for 2023. I only got one done. I used this in markers, as you guys can tell. I keep a page behind them. That's because I'm not entirely sure which marker I use. I probably used the same jokey marker for this one, so I did that one. Yeah, we get into the books now. These are the heavy books. So these are the colored pencil stuff. So a Momo girl book. That was one of my goals this month. So I colored around, I think, about 50 pages with the PDF. So it was a pretty good month. So I didn't actually count until I go through the Excel sheet and add them all in from the notebook. So I did this one. Did this one with Prismas. I'm not sure what colored pencil I used. Probably used Prismas, my Color Pastels for this, I think. And maybe I think the Schiffer Farbens. As you guys can tell, I did a lot of different pages this month. So then I did. Why did this sticky come out of this book? Didn't actually come out of the book. It just always happens. Tales from the City Among the Stars. Now I'm doing this book in order. So I did this one with some colored pencils. Pentel Sparkle Pop. Yeah, I found that I had 2 or 3 Pentel Sparkle Pops left. So I decided to use those. As you can tell, I did some things in this one. This book I'm doing in order, so, or at least I'm going to try to do it in order, you know, like I still have all these left to do, you know. So I'm trying to do this in order. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. And I did get a dragon book, but unfortunately I didn't bring it with me because it was just too fat and heavy, but it's by Karen Moore, so you guys might see that. So there are some new books possibly in here. So if you haven't seen them, this is, I think this is the, what does this translate to? Jewelry box. This is what this translates to, jewelry box. So I got the Swedish edition a long time ago. I am very upset that Book Depository closed out, but I basically had what I needed, you know. I didn't need to buy tremendous amount of books, but you guys can see that I did do this with gel pen. Like, you guys don't really see it unless I move up really close to it. So I did this with colored pencils and gel pens. So I did that one. Now I have to just do this so then it corresponds. So but this is coming, like, there's something happening with these books. When I color, they go through it. I'm going to have to start putting pages between them when I color, like I do with my Erie books. So then I got Moon Magic coloring book, and I finished this one at long last. I have a lot of whips in this one. So you see, I did this one. This one I started. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I always like figuring out what I'm, and then I started this one. Hello, Kayla. How are you? This one I did last month. Started this one. This one has a few whips in it. A few whips in this one, but I do like it. You know what I mean? I bought it when I went out to the stores and found it in, I think, a 5 and Below. Yeah, there's a 5 and Below in Lake Forest, which is like the little town outside of where I am, which is the next town over. Then I did this one with Senjoki markers. Even though I put a page between it, I want to show you what the Senjoki does. Look at that. It has yellow. You guys don't really see the yellow unless you go up really, really close. Like it doesn't show on camera, but it did yellow this image. So I'm going to probably try and fix it. See what I can do to fix it. But I will no longer be using the Senjoki markers in this book. I'll probably use my Copics if I do color in it, just because they have a lot better things. Now, if you have a black background with some markers, they work better. I don't know why this is there. Beauties in Fairyland by Coco Weil. So this is that book. So, because this one had a black, like some of these pages have black background, some of them don't. But for the most part, these all have black background. So the yellow one is not too bad if I use my Senjoki markers in something like this. So I use my Senjokis and I use my Copics for the skin tone. So that is what it does, see? But there's no yellow in here in this book, but I think that's because of the black background. But it does that. I don't know why it's and of course we did Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Why did this not show up? I did one double page spread. And this one, I did that. This is a double page spread. I did this page, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. See, I gotta figure out what color I used here for this. I wish I hadn't done this before I had done that, because now I gotta figure out what color I used for that and which pencil I used for that. But it's pretty easy to fix it, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. So I started that one. This one and this one. I try to do this book in order, but sometimes I find myself wanting to do other pages in it. So it's not as easy as everybody thinks. So I did do one Johanna. Now, I introduced this book last month. This is a book that I bought off of Lulu.com. And the paper is really thin when you buy the books off of Lulu. Not that that's a complaint, because I can work around that as long as I have the paper behind it. So I did this one. This one I bought off of Lulu. Now, Lulu was, some of you may not remember this, but Lulu was where Jade Summer went when she had the problem with Amazon. So this is, what book is this? This is Fantasy Creatures by Nori Art Coloring. She's a big-time Etsy artist, but I have fallen in love with her work. And I'm not sure if she's an AI artist or not. And I know that some people have an issue with it, so I want to try and stay out of the controversy. I know I buy a lot of AI art, but doesn't mean it's not bad either. I understand that artists don't like it. You know, I kind of understand both sides of the argument, so I also try to buy books from other artists too, you know. So this one is really nice. I would say this has a lot of grayscale, but you see what happens here? Look at that, it yellowed. You guys don't see it on camera, but it did yellow. So see, it did yellow on this one too. So just a note, guys, that some markers do yellow, even if you take precautions. Love Letter. Love Letter by Momo, girl. And we did her. I thought she came out really nice. I actually had another color hair in mind, but I didn't like the way it worked with this, so I made the hair a little bit darker and blended this. This was Prismas, Polly's, and Pablo's. These I used up the last of a Starjoy color to get this color, so that's that one. Yeah. And I did two in here. I don't know why the little things keep not attaching to themselves in this book. It's like they don't want to be attached to this book, the stickies. So here is The Art of Mandala, Volume 1 by Jason Hamilton. It might be possible that I might finish a few books this year that aren't part of my top 10, but it looks like I may finish one of the top 10 books, which I consider a victory. Even if I finished one of my top 10, I consider that a victory. So I did this one, and I did this one. These were all done with markers and gel pens. So, I try to use up my cheaper gel pens too. So before I use my color it ones. And then we did Drunken Flower. Now, one of my goals is to always color something from one of my Chinese, my Korean books, or my, I always try and finish something page from one of my Asian books. So this one I did. This was one I did a while ago. These were, and I no longer have the pencils that did this, but I'll never use the Carpatello pastel pencils. I gave them away before I moved because I didn't like them. I found that they create a nasty ass page. So I finally finished this page. It had been a long time whip, so I finished that one. And then I did this one recently before the end of the month. I've been doing a lot. Been doing well. I lost some weight, gained some weight. I have to go eventually back to the doctors. Now my insurance issues are fixed. So I had an insurance snafu that happened. So hopefully everything gets resolved. But as you can tell, I used a lot of yellows and some oranges in this, some reds. I really like the way this one came in. This book is called Drunken Flower. I got it on Etsy a long time ago, maybe AliExpress. And then we've got, this book is brand spanking new to the collection. This one is called Mermaid's Sea of Color. So this one was the very first one I did. This one was a Color Your Hoard for April. So I did that. This is the very first one I did in the book, so it counted for Lovella's color log. Then I did this one. I love that. Oh, thank you, Aries. Devotion from the heart. Wait a minute. Is that Michelle? That Miss Michelle. So this one I did. Some of these color by numbers are hard actually to do. So don't diss them. They look easy, but they are not easy. And then, because next month is Mermaid, I think this would fit very well into the theme of next month. Then I did another color by number. These are the only 3 color by number one. I have only 3 color by number by Color Questopia. Then this one is Cozy Homes color by number. I love coloring this book. So then I did this one. This one I did. You see a page, that means I'm in the middle of doing it. So it's a work in progress. Hello, Danielle. Then I did this one. I don't know about the color of the walls if I would do a wall like that. So see, and I use the Senjokis on this one, on these books, because they don't yellow as much. So then I have this one, which is a work in progress. I didn't finish it by the end of the month, but I will keep the Senjoki marker case. I'm already putting some of the Copic, because I've already used up a lot of them in less than a month and a half. I've already gone through about 10, 15 of that 120 set. So what I'll probably be doing is when I'm done, like as I use them up, I put in another Copic, one of the Copics I use frequently. So as you can see, I did this. This is a work in progress that I did. And this is brand spanking new. Yes, this is brand new to the collection. This is Fairy and Fantasy 4 Grayscale Coloring Book by Christine Carey. Now, I don't have 3. I have 1, 2, and 4. I've been good. I've had a lot of ups and downs this month, part of the, the insurance. So next month I'll probably be seeing my doctors again after the snafu. So this was a Color Your Hoard for April, which I added. I love these colors. I know, but I don't have the, what is the book that she just came out with? I don't have the Wildflower Folk. I think it's a little high in price, that book, the $25 book, even though it's lovely. I just think it's to me, it's a bunch of, to me, it's already all the pictures I already have. And since I own most of the books anyway, I don't really need that book. You know what I mean? I don't think I need it. So I love this book, as you can tell. You can tell I kept the page in there, but that's just to keep it from yellowing anything else. So that's that one. Now this one I did probably the most this month in this book. This is also on the top 10 to finish. I did 5 of these. More than any other book this month. So this one was Aladdin. Cinderella. This one was a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. I'll tell you, because it was very intricate doing this one. It was like trying to do this was really hard, this one. This one is Pinocchio. And then this one. I'll tell you, some of these color by number ones are harder than you think. So then I got this one, which is the Snow White. This is probably the next one. But this one, these books are harder than they look. They're not as easy as they look. Just because they're color by number, everybody thinks they're so easy. Another top 10. I only have 2 left after this one. See, I don't know why this is yellowing. Every time I come around, this is yellows. So I will not be using the Sanjoki's anymore. See, you guys don't see the yellow, but it does yellow. And I don't know why it's doing that. But I'm leaving this alone. And I'm just going to add the yellow as a little effect. See, even here it yellowed. Which means I'm going to have to make a background. Which means I'm going to have to do a background on this one because it yellowed here too. So I only have 2 left to do in this book. So keep that in mind. I will be keeping this book though. Even though it's finished, I will be keeping this one. So I'm not counting because I haven't put the final number in my Excel sheet. So keep that in mind. I hate that. You know, that's the thing about the markers. You have to be very careful what you do in them, especially if they're yellow. So then this is another one that I am in the top 10 to finish. This is Dark Fantasy. I think I pretty much am going in. I didn't go in order in this book, but this is the one that I finished for this month, which I think is not Lost in Wonderland. I did this one. I had a thing for purples, reds, and pinks this month. A lot of purple, so I did this one. So some of you can tell I pretty much, I think I'm doing this one now. Like, I think I pretty much have done. Sometimes I get stuck on an image, so. This one was a little bit of pencils, a little bit, I did this one in pencils. See, this one I haven't done because I haven't figured out how I'm going to color this one. I know, but it is what it is. See, some of them I haven't figured out what the hell I'm going to do. But a lot of these I've done in this book already. This is an Inera Sconvero one. So, but I learned that the hard way. So, and then I have this unicorn one to do, but I haven't figured out what I'm going to do. When I don't know what I'm going to do, it's always interesting to know. That's why I started putting some pages together like that. Fairy Special by Yana Fosfavina. This is also another one I'm doing as a top 10 to finish. So I did this one. This one also yellowed a little bit, but because I put a darker color around it, that covers it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So when I use the Copics, it doesn't do that. I don't know why the Copics don't yellow. Then I have this one that I'm working on. There's some whips in this one. Another whip. See, this also happened, but that's easy enough to cover up if you have a dark enough color. Don't worry, everything will get done eventually, but you know, it's all a matter of how I perceive it to be. Cute and creepy. So I only did half of a double page spread. So as you can tell, there's a good chance I might finish this one. This one came out to be one of my disaster pieces. So I did this half, did this. But I'm probably going to do this in a different color because I still have to do a skin tone. This part is done. But I'm probably going to do something else with this. Probably make it a different color. Probably make it an orange or deep red. This is going to be hard because I don't like when I have to do this with the book. So I haven't figured out what color. I'm probably going to make this a deep red in the background. And I'm probably going to do his skin a different color next month. So that's that one. But I'm always trying to do at least one image in my top 10 to finish. Yeah, this is the top 10 books. And then I did two. This book I'm not keeping. When I finish this book, I'm not keeping it. But I will probably, if I finish it before the end of the year, I'll probably keep it till the end of the year. And then when I do that, the top 10 recap. See, as you can see, I'm doing the front cover too, a little bit. The inside cover, as we call it. But I did this one. Finished this one. It's always that. I don't like that. Doing the crack, as we call it. This one I finished. I decided not to do it like this. I just decided to keep that. Yes, I am participating in Mermaid. I already bought some pages from JenelaArt. Yeah, I am participating in it. But I'm like, you know, I'll color the images that I like. You know, some images I like more, some I did not. So, you know, when April 28th dropped, I went to see who had some really good mermaid stuff in there. So that was important to me, you know. So I did that one. There are a lot of mermaids on Etsy right now. I'm not kidding you, there are a lot. Then we finally finished a picture. I finally finished my first page in this book. This is Rabbit Girl or Bunny Girl. I call it Rabbit Girl. So I finally did this one, which is the first page in the book. Technically, some people would say this is the first page, but this is the first full coloring page I did. I have a lot of whips, but I never finished anything in this book. So this was the first one I did in that one. And then I started doing this one, this double page spread, as you can tell. I have started doing this double page spread, but I didn't finish it. So, as you can tell, this is the Rabbit Girl one. Yes, that is I think that's either Korean something. And I think, what is this? A brand new book. This is a new one. This is Coco Weil, Beauties by Coco Weil. This is the first one that I finished in it. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is a Color Your Hoard book. I didn't finish this one. I have a Coco Wild thing. So this one is a new book. I think this is the one I did. This is a... I have a grayscale dragon book you haven't seen, Danielle. By Karen Morris. Wait till you see that one. This is a brand new one, so wait, there's a Color Your Horde one. I do love my Coco Wild books. So keep that in mind. I do like my Coco Wild books. But the Senjoku markers do not mark up this book either, as badly I found, because it has that black page. So then another... Now this is another one. This is called Glamorous Ladies. By Nori Art Coloring. This is a Color Your Horde one. Yes, I did see that you got a little Yorkie. Oh, I wish I had my phone with me so you could see my brother's little bulldog. I know, right? I love this book. All the images are really good. I got this one at lulu.com. Nori Art has like these really beautiful women, Danielle, if you want to see some of this. The paper's thin, though, on this book, so keep that in mind when you color markers, that you will have to put a page behind it. I bought this one at lulu.com. So that was the place where Jade Summer went. Remember when Jade Summer was having her problems with Amazon because of copyright infringement? She moved her books there. Yeah, Danielle hasn't seen this one. This one is new. My brother has a French bulldog. You guys probably have seen the pictures of him. I want to show Danielle this book because Danielle said that, yeah, this is a new one that I don't mind showing off. Yes, and it's spiral bound, but the paper's really... The paper is thin, Danielle, so when you color... I know, I've been finding things off of Etsy. I first found her on Etsy, Nori Art Coloring. She has an Etsy store where you can buy the books, and then like she'll sometimes put them into she'll sell them as a full book on Etsy, on Lulu. So if you see things that you really, really like on Etsy, she'll give you the link, and you can follow her on at Nori Art Coloring on Instagram. Those who want to see a flip through. Yeah, I specifically like that it was spiral bound. That's why I bought it. And there is no Kirby this month, unfortunately, because I did not get to finish any Kirby this month. I am working on a picture in Fragile World. Wait till you see the dragon book. Just color in it. You can color in it in pencil too. I know a lot of you like when I go through the books like this. That must have been my laundry going off. See how this... See, the thing with this is the problem with me is dark-skinned women. I'm still learning that. Dark-skinned women make me nervous. Caribbean skin. I'm still learning that. So these you can get on Lulu. This one I got on Lulu. So I've never purchased anything from Lulu, and it was a pretty good experience. How many of us are sad about Book Depository closing? I know a few people got very upset about it. I only have 2 more books. And then we did Magical Maidens by Jennifer Zimmerman. Of course. See, I did this one. See, and I left the yellow here. You guys don't see this, but I left some yellow there. So it's a good thing. I'll put pencils if you prefer pencils, depending on what you have. So I did this one in Magical Maidens by Jennifer Zimmerman. I like this book overall. So there's that one. Then we did, now you guys know that I don't color too much, but he has a mermaid book too. So I colored a lot of this. There is the possibility that I could finish a Mardel Rubio one. This book is so beat up though. But I do color this in pencil and marker, this book, so. And this is what I call Ode to Pink and Purples and Reds. So this is Maskara by Mardel Rubio. This book is so beat up. You know? I color a lot of grayscale, so I love grayscale. So I colored this one. I enjoyed coloring this one. See, I have a shelf where everything is just spiral bound in my house, so I have all the spiral bounds in the same place most of the time. So I really enjoyed this one. As you can tell, I put a little purple. See, it's purple, but it's coming out looking blue. I don't know why. It looks, and it ends up being like blue, but it's really purple. It's kind of a weird thing, right? That they were purple, but they came out looking blue on screen. So that is what I did. I did about 50 pages. I have to actually, I think came close to about 50 pages, but I think about 22 to 24 of those were PDFs. So I'll know the actual number when I do the thing. So I hope you guys have, so for those who are not familiar, this was all, I don't know why that is, that it distorts the colors. So some of you may have seen some of these. This was also Nori Art. These were the PDFs. So I got one. This was a freebie by Hanna in our Facebook group too. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, Mariola Budek, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 PDFs this month. 24 PDFs this month. So half of what I did this month was PDFs. So I also bought a lot of printables from Etsy. I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot of printables. My nieces actually came over for Easter, and when they came, thank you. It took them. When they came over for Easter, it was kind of funny because they actually looked at some of my printables and they took them. And I tell you, some of them were just funny. Like, they really enjoyed those printables, especially the older one, the 5-year-old. Like some of the stuff that I was going to color. I had put the stuff that I wanted to color, and she took about half the stuff I wanted to color immediately in there. So I was like, okay, we have similar taste, I realized. Oh, that's nice. So those were the ones that I did. I'm really proud of the ones I did. But when I do this, I put them in my binder. Put them in a binder. But what I've been doing is, because to make room and not buy another binder, buying another binder is expensive. Eventually, I will have to buy another binder. But I figure, you know what? Why not try to conserve as much space as I can to do them? But I do have. There's going to be so many mermaids, and I do have a there is a dragon book I bought. It's called Dragon and Pearls by Karen Morris. I was not able to bring it in because it's really thick and heavy. The pages are beautiful. I tell you that grayscale is amazing. I forget whose channel I saw it on, but there is Dragon and Pearls. I tell you, it's one of the prettiest dragon. It's one of the most detailed dragon books I've seen in grayscale. It is a stunning book, so you'll probably get to see it next month. Just because this was so much to do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this. I know I have enjoyed doing it. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy. I will try and put links up when I can because I haven't been putting the links up after this stream. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and stay calm. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Bye.